Hello friends, Sarah from Sweet Scents from the Dollhouse. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and smash the bell for future content notification because I do home fragrance vlogs 3 to 5 days a week and a bunch of random stuff in between to my regular waxies. As always, welcome back. I think this is probably going to be one of the biggest melting baskets I've ever done on my channel because it's October. Hint, hint, it's also my birthday month. So I'm going to be melting a lot of my favorite wax. I recently did a huge Rose Girls haul that included a bunch of fall blended scents as well as the Halloween sampler. I have recently had a chance to melt 1 or 2 pieces of that order. Unfortunately, it's my best prediction. It's not going to be cured in time for this Halloween. To each their own. If you've had your Rose Girls Halloween sampler or your pre-order from back in August and it works for you and it's fragrant already, that's amazing. To me, in my home, I've come to know how strong Rose Girls should be, and it's just not throwing well enough yet. But a lot of those scents, even in the Halloween sampler, aren't limited to the month of October. So if you're like me and your Rose Girls Halloween sampler isn't nearly strong enough, don't be discouraged because a lot of those great yummy bakery scents will be good for all fall and all winter. So I will melt them probably from, I don't know, late December till March. Maybe I can start melting them. And then whatever I have left over that I don't use, I will use next year. So that will explain why you're probably not going to see very much from Rose Girls in this melting basket, just because, in my personal opinion, it's not cured yet. So let's start with Bath & Body Works. This month is going to be heavy on the pumpkin. I will warn you now. Also with pumpkin scents, I melt pumpkin right through to the month of December, even into January, February. So the first one I have is a Chunk Up Caramel Pumpkin Swirl Candle. If you like Scentsy's Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, very similar, just not as heavy on the cinnamon. So vice versa. If you don't like caramel as much, I would go with the Scentsy Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. And if you're not into cinnamon, the Bath & Body Works candle is a really good alternative. I have Pumpkin Pecan Waffles Chunked Up. Love that scent all on its own or as a blending scent. I also have Pumpkin Apple Chunked Up for wax melts. Yes, honey? No, not yet, sweetie. We have to go out. You're going to have to nap in the car, unfortunately. Last but not least, from Bath & Body Works. Yeah, go tell Tatum. I have a white pumpkin candle chunked up for wax melts. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites this year. Hang tight. Say hi. Hi. I'm going to get through this video, even if I had to do 7,000 takes. So the next one I have is Sassy Girl Aroma. I have not purchased from Sassy Girl in a very long time. I'm also finding a lot of the wax that I have from last fall and winter has little to no scent left in it, which is disappointing. Had I known that, I probably would have never purchased in bulk, but c'est la vie. I have this bag of what is it? Something pumpkin marshmallow type. I think it's vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. That's what it is. I think it's supposed to be like the Bath & Body Works candle. Unfortunately, it doesn't smell anything like it. It's kind of like a really dry, not even sweet bakery scent. Kind of cinnamony, not really identifiable as vanilla or pumpkin. It's kind of fucking awful on its own, but it's not too bad once you blend it with things. I also have a bag of Sassy Girl Aroma's Ghosts and Goblins, which is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Marshmallow Fireside, and Cider Lane with Blackberry. Love that. I have no idea what happened to the bottom of this bag. It looks like it got wet. Luckily, though, these bags are double lined, so it's paper on the outside and polypropylene on the inside, so I have no worry that the wax is damaged. I have fall yoga pants by the fireside. I can't remember what this one is, but I'm pretty sure it's all of the Bath & Body Works favorites mixed together, like Cider Lane, Marshmallow Fireside, and Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. I'm pretty sure it's almost identical to Ghosts and Goblins, just doesn't have that blackberry note in it. And last but not least, I have pumpkin cheesecake. I ordered this last November for my waxies who have been on my channel for a long time. I ordered this and hated it. Like, I thought it stunk so bad, like cinnamon and dirty feet. This year, it smells much better, but now I'm sweating the fact that perhaps now I have a whole loaf with very little scent left. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll try it. I only have a very few selection from Barrett's Wax Crafts. As always, every month I put Antique Shop in my melting baskets. This is my absolute favorite vendor wax scent of all time. I know some people are like, what? That's crazy. But to me, this is just, I don't know, it's amazing. I love it. I love it. Some people are like, it smells musky. It smells gross. You smell gross. Okay? Don't come at me with the Antique Shop disses, okay? It's beautiful. I love it. Last but not least, I have a portion of a 50/50 brick, which is Snoozy Melts and Sinus Soothers. This will come in handy this time of year with Ella getting all of the germs from daycare and bringing them home. Oh man, I have a few scoopable tart wax. She did a massive restock in the month of September. I believe it was September 8th. And I was so hung up about that. I wanted to support in their final month of business because Kathy and Tim are retiring. But at the same time, I get this hang up for ordering wax. What if I love it and then I can never get it again because they're closing up? A lot of Kathy's blends are still available at Rose Girls, so I thought, I'm going to sit this one out on the scoopables. Just enjoy what I have left, and if there's any like old school Kathy scents that I want to explore, I will just shop at Rose Girls. But all the same, that's why I didn't do a final scoopable tart wax haul for the retirement, but they are amazing. I hope that they enjoy their retirement and go sit on a white sand beach somewhere and have a ball. Anyways, I have lavender sinus relief, which is amazing for Ella's boogies. Slacker Jack's smoothie, which is salted caramel popcorn, peanuts, and marshmallow smoothie. This one was in my September basket, and I just didn't get around to melting it, but it smells amazing. I also have pecan buttered pretzels, which I think will be great on its own or as a blending scent. And then the last little bit of my pumpkin milkshake. I think the one and only Rose Girls that I put in this month's melting basket is Rose Girls Sweet Pumpkin Pie. I ordered this last spring, and I think it was like 20 or 30% off because it was left over from the fall and winter season. So that's amazing to get it at a discount, as well as by this fall and winter, it's well cured. Next we have some Ava's Country Cupboard. I have Haunted Ice Cream, which is fried pastries, apples caramel, ice cream scoop bread, and a hint of spice. This is beautiful. I melted some last night. It's not quite cured to perfection yet. I know Ava's can be much more powerful than what it's performing at right now, but I think by mid-October, even late October, this will be a banger. What was the pour date on that? July. So yeah, it should definitely be great by the end of the month. Goodnight Kisses, which is vanilla, lavender, and marshmallow. I always have to have a little bit of lavender in every melting basket. Ava's Wild Berry Cream Cheese Zucchini. I want to start melting some zucchini blends, but I think you'll see that my November melting basket will be primarily heavy on the zucchini. I have Coconut Pumpkin Latte, which is not my favorite, but I want to use it up. That one's well cured. It was poured back in March of 2018. I also have buttercream maple zucchini from one of my recent Ava's hauls. This one, again, don't think is quite cured yet, but by mid to late October, it will be amazing. Pumpkin Crunch Cake Pops, same thing. Pumpkin Wafers, which I'm not a fan on cold. I'm very curious to see what this is like once it's warming. Pumpkin Crunch Cake Pops Cream Cheese Frosting. I also find Ava's is really powerful wax. Like, I'm going to get several melts out of this leaf. A little teeny tiny bit goes a long way in my space anyways. And Caramel Apple Campfire Marshmallow. I've been watching the restocks for Ava's lately, and I'm by no means a professional at Ava's wax or know everything or claim to know everything about Ava's, but does anybody else notice that she doesn't do a lot of like freshy floral blends? Or am I just missing them? Are they primarily released in like spring? I don't know. Or is just Ava's Country Cupboard specific to bakery scents? Because I want to try and collect more freshy floral, unisex, sexy man, masculine scents, but they're just not available on Ava's website. So, or that I've found. Comment down below if you know when I can find those. I have half of a scent shot of Hyatt Ashberry from Vintage Chic Scents. I melted the first half of this in September. This is amazing. Usually I have minimal to no luck with Vintage Chic Scents, but this threw like a beast. Just half a scent shot and lasted for 2 days in my house. It's basically a Neg Champa blend, but I need more of this in bulk, like 2 or 3 loaves. It's beautiful. To my girl Laura Richardson, you need to ISO this on a D-Stash page or something because you would love that. I also have Purple Haze, which is marshmallow jelly filled zucchini donuts. Love that one. This one was poured back in April, and it throws really well now in October. Unfortunately, this one was poured in June, which is the Great Pumpkin. I'm going to chop this up and give it a chance in the month of October. It might not quite be cured yet. I find with Vintage Chic Scents, I need about 5 to 6 months minimum to get a throw, but we'll see. I've also heard rumors that she's reformulated her wax. I don't know if that's true. Also, with her website, there is a vintage VCS tab, and it seems like she claims that her wax cures within 3 to 6 weeks. So anything that doesn't sell from a restock, you can find goes at a discounted rate into the vintage VCS tab on the website. And according to Kirby, that wax is cured, but it's usually only 3 to 6 weeks old on average, so I don't know. But again, everybody each to their own. Perhaps wax cures differently or at different speeds in your space. Let's do Super Tarts. I have Ego, which is Mac Apple and French Baguette. Some of these are apple scents that I just didn't quite get to finishing in the month of September. We have Bridget Jones's Diary, which is Harvest Ale and Shaving Cream. If you like Scentsy's Cider Mill, that's very similar to that. I have Galadriel, which is Himalayan sea salt, wood, cane, sugar, sage, and Sorrento lemons. This is kind of a staple in every melting basket lately. That's kind of like my freshy scent that I like to warm in the kitchen. I have Super Tarts Killer Clowns, which is Circus Concessions, coconut shaving, and home-cooked biscuits. This one to me is very light for Super Tarts, or I should say by Super Tarts standards. Rocky Horror, which I'm dying to melt this one. It's white pumpkin, sea salt, teak wood and fern, lilac, agave, twisted, and beautiful. This one is probably one of the most unique Super Tart scents I've ever smelt. 28 Days Later, which is a favorite of mine, blueberry pumpkin patch, cake batter, vanilla ice cream, and cranberry preserves. And the Melting Dead Grimes, which is coffee, applesauce, and donuts. I've melted 2 cubes of this, and this might be one of very few Super Tarts that I'm not a fan of. I want to melt it a little bit more and in different size rooms and really give it a chance before I say yay or nay whether or not I like it. But so far 2 cubes in and I'm like, ew, what is that? Something about like stale coffee and the applesauce. I get very little donut. It almost smells like hangover or like vomit. I don't know. That sounds awful. That sounds awful, but I don't know. I'm not gonna give up on it yet. I've had a lot of Super Tarts where I'll melt like half of it, even in bam bags, and go, do I like this? Is this gross? And usually Brandy's blends are on point. Like, they're delicious, but I mean, not everybody can be perfect. So there's got to be certain ones that are kind of just a miss, right? Grimes might be one of them for me. I have a bam bag of cider baguette. I have no idea what happened to the haul that I filmed with this order in it, but if I can't find it, I will have to re-record that one. That was from my August pre-order. Hotel Cortez, which is pumpkin pecan waffles, tray lychee cake, and cinnamon donuts, another favorite of mine. Lord of the Melts, Gandalf, which is magically delicious coffee bean and sweet cream, probably my favorite coffee blend from Super Tarts that I've tried thus far. Blair Witch, which is fall leaves, lemon marshmallow cream, and a hint of salted caramel. This one is very unique. This one also, I had to melt 2 or 3 cubes before I was like, do I like this? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Insidious is beautiful. This is one I've wanted to try for a long time. Sounds disgusting. Driftwood, cotton candy, and vetiver. Ew. But smells amazing. We have the Jackal, which is blackberry preserves, zucchini bread, and toasted marshmallow. You'll probably see that one in November's melting basket as well. More Super Tarts. Alien, which is apple cider and vanilla bean donuts. This one somehow missed my September melting basket, but as you can see, I did put a little dent in it in the month of September, and I decided to carry it over to October because I love cider scents from September 1st right on until probably January 1st. Texas Chainsaw is one I've been enjoying in the month of September as well as into October. That's caramel dipped apples, warm hot maple toddies, and just a touch of French baguette. I get more than just a touch of French baguette in that one, which I'm happy about because I personally like that scent, but it's not overwhelming either. The Great Pumpkin, which is pecan bars, frosted pumpkin donuts, and raw sugar crystals. This one is okay. It's not my favorite. Not sure that I needed a BAM. Probably would have been okay with a glam. This one will last me some time. I know it. But that's okay, because I think I could probably melt that around Christmas as well. Here's some more loaves. I need to do a cutting video for the month of October. We have Casper, which is toasted marshmallows, vanilla bean Noel, cornbread, and Mexican fried ice cream in a super pan. I kind of burnt myself out on that scent. And by the time I went to pick up my super pan, I was like, I don't even want to warm this. When did I pick this up? Probably spring, early summer, and I haven't touched it. But I'm ready for it. I took a break from that scent, ready to get back into it. Red Rum, which is combining a delicious pumpkin pecan waffles, creamy butterscotch, and sweet butterbrickle. This one smells deadly. In a sidekick. Children of the Corn, which is kettle corn, cotton candy, and Mexican fried ice cream. I'm eager to see what this is like once it's melting. To my nose on cold, I think it would make for a great blending scent, but to me it just smells like something's missing. Usually with super tarts, the blends are just perfection. I don't want to ever add anything to them. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice. Like, I think Casper and Children of the Corn would make phenomenal blending scents. You could add like blackberry jam butter cookies or pretty much anything to them. Let's do Bathing Gardens. We have Magician's Bonfire, which I didn't get into in the month of September because to my nose it didn't smell quite cured enough yet. And I ordered this in March. It's October and I don't know. We'll revisit it this month. Comment down below, how long do you guys leave your bathing gardens to cure? I have like this huge thing under my bed that's full of bathing gardens and I'm having very minimal luck with it. I have an Apple of Night at the Circus, which is caramel red apple, cinnamon bark, creamy vanilla, and honey caramel. I have another apple of Mr. Cratchit's cider. These are all from March, so hopefully in the month of October I'll have some luck with them. I melted Victorian Midway last month. I finished one of these pinwheel tarts. It's spiced apple, funnel cake, pumpkin frosting, cinnamon, and brown sugar. It's not sweet. It's a really dry bakery scent, so I'm going to finish this up. It's this one I ordered in March, and it's cured. It throws well. I think I'll use it as a blending scent, though. I'm not such a fan of it on its own. For my Better Home and Gardens, I have a limited edition at the fair, which is spiced caramel corn and cider apple fritters. This is probably my favorite Better Home and Gardens that I've tried this year. I'm definitely going down for about 10 more of those. Lemon pumpkin shortbread. This is amazing on cold. I haven't had a chance to melt it yet, but looking forward to it in the month of October. I have pumpkin maple syrup. This was sent to me in a random act of kindness. I think this is left over from last fall and winter, so I'm not sure that it will be available this year. My girl Amber sent this to me, and I love this as a blending scent. Not such a fan of it on its own. It's more maple to me, or like a cinnamon maple. I don't get a lot of like true pumpkin in that, but it makes an amazing blending scent. I have banana pumpkin bread. Like I said, folks, all things pumpkin this month. Pumpkin marshmallow topping, which doesn't really have too much of a scent on its own. I think this is going to make a great mixing scent. Perhaps mixed with this Victorian Midway, it would make this a little bit sweeter, not so dry. Holy. We have pumpkin s'mores latte. Speaking of dry, this is like a really dry graham cracker scent. I don't get chocolate or marshmallow in this, or even pumpkin at all. I get, yeah, exactly that, dry graham cracker. We have pumpkin butter cookies. Again, this one was given to me in a random act of kindness. I believe it was left over from the fall and winter selection last year, so I don't know that this one is available this year. It smells amazing. If it is, I highly advise you pick it up. Farm apple pumpkin, again, another one left over from last year that was gifted to me by my girl Amber in a random act of kindness. These are all from Amber. Better Home and Gardens Holiday Edition Caramel Sugared Fig is one of my favorites. This one is a banger. I really hope to see this one re-released this year at the Christmas, or around the holidays, or Christmas selection. And Crisp Fall Leaves, which I did see this one last time I was in Michigan, but this one was also gifted to me from last year in a random act of kindness from my girl Amber in Cali. Ugh. Oh, I only have one Ambiscents, which is my beloved Linen and Lavender. Have to have this for a bedtime melt. Sensationals Fire Amber. I've seen this in both Canada as well as the US. It's okay on its own. Holy snake. Yeah, this is from November of last year. Definitely need to use this up, but I like it as a blending scent as well. Pumpkin apple muffins. This one is deadly. I know I was supposed to save it for the month of October, but I got into it in September. It had apple in it. I couldn't resist. Blackberry cider. This one is available in both Canada as well as the US. Love that one. Had to have a couple things in here that aren't pumpkin. I have apple bobbin, left over from last month. This to me is more of like the Red Delicious apple fragrance oil than it is MAC apple. It was nice to have a combination or the two single scents. There was one by Better Home and Gardens, I can't remember what it was, Orchard apples, that smelled more like MAC apple to me. And I finished that one in the month of September. And I usually blend those with other things. Like I love them blended with Magically Delicious to make this scent or something like the scent Lucy from the Wardrobe Wax collection. I have Honeycrisp cider, which was one of last year's fall favorites by Sensationals. I have seen this released in the US. Not sure that it's back out in Canada yet, but if it is, I highly recommend that one. And my all-time favorite sea salt popcorn, or sea salt caramel popcorn from Sensationals. And you guys will see that in every melting basket from now until the time I run out. Last but not least, let's do Scentsy. The majority of these are retired Scentsy scents because I have yet to haul any of the fall and winter's 2018. Bars, I have Autumn Stroll, which was a Bring Back My Bar from 2017. I'm not a big fan of this. If you like musky clove scents, you might like this one. I don't know what it is. It's just, it's not terrible. It's just, I very rarely reach for that one. Falling Leaves, which is beautiful. This one was the Bring Back My Bar from 2015, I believe. The good thing about this like pure paraffin wax is that it will last forever. You don't have to worry about it going bad. Just store it in a cool, dry, dark place and it's golden. I have my favorite scent of the month from 2017, and I'm so happy that they decided to put it in this year's catalog full-time. Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. If you're not into cinnamon, as I say, check out the Bath & Body Works Candle Caramel Pumpkin Swirl. They are very similar. Toffee Butter Crunch, which I love as a blending scent. And Autumn Blaze Maple, which I just recently did a Throwback Thursday on this one. Holy shoot, I got tons of Scentsy. Lemon Lavender, which I cannot get enough of lately. Oh, let's move this back. I'm running out of room. Scentsy's Honey Pear Cider. Not a fan of this normally, but I have a lot of it in my collection, so I'm going to try and figure out what I can mix with this. Ooh, maybe that Victorian Midway or whatever to kind of tone down the sweet. Like, this is way too sweet all on its own, for my taste anyways. I have Coconut Pumpkin Pie. I don't know what it is about these coconut pumpkin scents. I find a lot of them really dry. This is another one. Perhaps I'll mix it with Honey Pear Cider. Dry versus sweet, and come up with something that I like better. I have, you know it, Apple S'mores, which is a staple in my home fragrance collection this time of year. Scentsy's Hemingway, which is this up-and-coming Throwback Thursday. Another staple in every warming basket is Scentsy's Hendrix. And last but not least, recently I read in a blog somewhere that people recommended mixing Scentsy's Amethyst with All You Need Is Love, which I'm loving this as a bedtime melt because you know I love my lavenders at night. So that's it, folks. That is my ginormous February melting basket. Will I get through all of this wax? I would guess the vast majority of it, yes. Only a few of those were left over from last month. Yeah, I'm stoked. Again, I always suggest rotating your wax collection, much like that sassy girl that's losing all of its fragrance. That's how usually I avoid that from happening. So I'm going to go hard on the sassy girl aroma at the beginning of the month to try and get through that. Any of this paraffin, like the pure paraffin stuff, so Scentsy, Sensationals, Better Home and Gardens, not so worried about. But any of my vendor wax that's like a Parasoy blend, I'm going to try and put a big dent in that. But also, this stuff is great. I mean, I think every single one of these scents could get me from now until probably February 1st. So, no rush to finish it all. As always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.